in like health books in like middle school.
When you had to read them out loud.
Oh no, you'd see the word vagina, you like circle it, and then the person that gets the book next year is like, haha, he circled vagina.
That never happened to me.
Really?
No.
Oh, we would have books that'd be like 5-6 years.
We would have drawings on ours.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone.
You would get like hand-me-down books though, like that were like 5 years old.
Yeah, we would.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone ever circled the words. Maybe just not in the book I had.
Yeah, and then I would write in the way back page of the book, like just random shit.
I remember one time, because they have the pocket at the beginning, like where it says like who had the book before you, because you had to like write your name on it or whatever. I remember someone wrote Abraham Lincoln in like 6th grade, and I was convinced that Abraham Lincoln owned my 6th grade geography book.
God.
I don't know how stupid I could possibly have been, but I also believed in Santa at the time.
You believed in Santa in the 6th grade?
I believe late, yeah. I pulled up on my parents at Chili's that night because someone told me in 6th grade that it wasn't real. I pulled up to my parents at Chili's that night. I'm like, you know what? And I just listed off all the facts. And then my little siblings were with us there too, and they didn't say anything. They just denied it. And then when it's time to leave Chili's, my mom's like, we're gonna drive home separately. Matthew, you come home with me.
Oh.
Andrew said, you go home with Dad. And then they told me the truth. Like, you gotta be cool about this.
You got the talk.
Yeah, basically. I got the talk on the way home from Chili's. It was pretty humiliating.
Did you cry?
No, I cried when I got the real talk though.
Oh, really? You got the real talk?
The sex talk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the real. Did you not get the real talk?
No.
Really?
No, just brushed it on the rug.
Well, you're not the eldest. That might be why.
That's true.
I think the eldest child gets it, and then they just kind of expect, all right, we're done with that. They'll teach the little kids.
Right. Yeah.
I got the real talk in a hot tub. My dad, who has no tact whatsoever, we're very uncomfortable talking about sex or whatever, and he gives it to me. And then since he's a teacher, I think
he gave it to you, huh?
Yeah. And then since he's a teacher, I think he thought it was natural to give me a quiz afterwards.
What?
So he gave me a quiz afterwards.
Do you still have that quiz?
No, just like a verbal one in the
I
hot
was
tub. But he just like quizzed me on what he just taught me. Meanwhile, my whole perception of reality is just completely shattered.
You got to do like a survey monkey.
Pretty much. How did I do? Like for a tip, basically.
Yeah.
My mom always says, when I came out of the hot tub that night, I just had tears in my eyes, went straight to my room, closed the door, and did not.
You just said there's too much chlorine in that hot tub. That's why.
Oh, you guys gotta change the chemicals in that thing. It's just bad.
That's what I would have said.
It's a rough time, but I'm sorry you never got the talk. Maybe for episode 50, I'll give you the talk.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I like that.
That would actually be really funny. All right. Grab me by the ankles, turn me upside down, and shake the lunch money from out of my pockets. You're listening to the Goose Egg Gambling Podcast, the only podcast that has yet to sign its 5th-year player option.
Ooh.
I'm your host, Matt, a.k.a. Whiter Than Sean, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Jerrod, a.k.a. Lord of the Luge.
Lord of the Luge.
Yeah, I went for the Olympics theme, kind of.
What is the luge again?
That's the one where you're in the tube thing. It's kind of like bobsledding, isn't it? It's like solo bobsledding.
Is it like a toboggan thing?
I think so.
Okay.
And you just get shot down a tube of snow.
Tube of luge.
And apparently that is Oh, you guys were watching Mansers.
I was not watching Mansers. I don't know what that was.
And apparently that is a sport. Yeah, so yeah, you're like laying on your back and you're just shooting down a tube of snow.
Oh yeah. I've seen memes about the 2 people on top of each other illusion.
Oh, I didn't know they did that.
Yeah.
That's funny. How do they work together on that?
I guess the guy up top steers,
and the other one just holds on for dear life.
Plus, you know how physics work, right?
Yeah.
So the more weight you have, the faster you go.
I suppose.
Mass times. So yeah, luge is cool. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a perfect segue actually, because the Olympics are going on, but you could have fooled me because I have not watched a single thing yet.
I've seen like random clips.
I mean, we've had it on the background in the office a few times, but
right.
I've never been a huge Olympics guy. I don't know if you are.
Not
but
really.
This year, the ratings are really bad. I don't know if you've been paying attention to that at all, but TV ratings are historically terrible. They're still behind the 2018 Olympics game. They're down worldwide everywhere except for China, obviously, because that's where they are.
Yeah.
I think they just have, and I think they're crushing in the games right now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the opening ceremony had 15.7 million people watching, which is the lowest ever and down 44% from 2018. And during the first 4 days, they had 12.7 million tuned in, which was down 50%. So
how do you think you would fix the Olympics?
That's literally what I was just about to ask you.
Okay.
I do think these numbers are a little misleading because it's the same thing with like NBA ratings being down. The fans are just consuming it in a different way. They're watching it on YouTube. They're watching clips on TikTok. They're not tuning in live every single night to watch them.
Right.
So I do think that is an aspect of it. But how do you fix them?
I don't know how you fix them.
I think the Michael Phelps thing definitely helped. Like having one big athlete that everyone could gravitate towards.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely helps, but how do you don't just manufacture that. That just has to happen organically.
And they have that a little bit with Shaun White, but
they did.
I wouldn't say Shaun White's on the same level as Michael Phelps.
And he's been doing it for so long now.
Right.
He's like 20. He's been doing it since he was 16. So we've seen him do it. And there's not really like a ton of competition, I don't think, against Shaun White. I mean, I'm sure there is. Again, totally ignorant to snowboarding and any Winter Olympics, really.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like a really big athlete could help. I don't think the big 13-hour time difference doesn't help either. The fact that like the good events are happening at like 2 a.m.
Right. And then they have to like do a replay of it at nights of all the good events.
Yeah, because we'll just log on to Twitter when we wake up in the morning. Oh, Shaun White won. Watch the little clip. Get on with our day.
It's not a very social media friendly event, really, with all the time differences and all that.
No,
when it comes
not
to
at
TV
all.
ratings.
Yeah, I think the ratings will be better when it is like in Vancouver or stuff like that, when it's within our time zone.
Yeah.
But overall, it's weird. It's a very weird thing. And NBC paid $7.75 billion for exclusive rights to 2032, and they got to be sweating right now.
Oh, yeah.
They got to be fucking nervous.
I don't understand. I don't know how you fix it.
Why do you think people don't care?
I think there's just I think one part of it, the Summer Olympics just happened.
That is true.
And I think Summer Olympics are generally more exciting.
I think
I'm kind of
so
saying
too.
that personally. I'm not really saying that for the mass public. Because those ratings were down also, I believe.
I would say so, because you can also, I know it's kind of a small thing, but I think being able to see the athletes' faces and like connecting with them in that way helps a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Because we're just looking at helmets for pretty much every Winter Olympic event, except for like figure skating.
That's true. I didn't think of that.
I don't know. I feel like that might have to do something with it. That's why NBA players are so popular. We recognize their faces, and that's why they're on more commercials than football players tend.
I mean, devil's advocate, though. I mean, football is the most popular sport in America, and they were face masks pretty much.
That's true. But I think in the NFL, I think the teams in the league is more of the star than the actual players.
Yeah.
I think any player in the NFL could retire, and the league would still be fine. If LeBron retired, I think the NBA is in trouble.
It would be a little trouble, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, because all you would have was like Kevin Durant.
Giannis.
Giannis.
It would be those two carrying the league for a while. And Steph.
And Steph, yeah. I always forget about him.
Yeah, I do too. We'll talk about them in a bit. But yeah, I also think a factor with the Olympics is we just aren't invested in these athletes as much as we are NBA or NFL athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Like you think about Shaun White pretty much once every 4 years.
Right.
I honest to God, I was thinking about this yesterday. I think I've thought about LeBron every single day for 10 years. At least once every single day. Maybe there's like been a few days in like late August where I don't think about him, but he's at least crossed my mind at least once every day since the decision.
That is the definition of rent free.
Yeah, probably, but I don't know how LeBron haters do it because I can't imagine I'm the only one.
It's exhausting.
I love it. I like LeBron, so it doesn't bother me. But like, would you? I mean, you're probably a LeBron hater. I would classify.
Yeah, I'm not.
You as.
I wouldn't say I'm not fond of LeBron.
Yeah, you're not a Bron sexual like I am.
Not LeBron. No, I'm a little anti-LeBron.
Would you say LeBron is probably he's at least out of 365 days a year, he's probably at least crossed your mind at least 300.
Oh yeah, I would agree with that. I wouldn't say I think about him every day, but at least 5 times.
I mean, it's not like I'm sitting down and like thinking like, oh, LeBron, but like just something will come up. He's on a ton of commercials.
And his Twitter's always popping up.
His Twitter's always popping up.
And people like reply and retweet him and blah blah blah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's crossing your mind at least once a day.
Yeah, especially during the season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but like you said, late August probably.
He's probably got a break.
Well, yeah, 4 or 5 times a week probably.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Something casual.
Yeah, casual.
There you go. But I was also wondering, do you think the stakes feel as high with the Olympics? They should, because you're winning for your country. But at the same time, I feel like most people would pick like the Vikings winning a game versus like an Olympic athlete winning a gold medal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that terrible of us? Are we bad patriots?
No, I don't think so. I don't really know. Is it? Yeah, I don't really know. I don't think that makes you a bad patriot.
Probably not.
No, because you're still supporting an American team.
Yeah, I would cheer for an American 10 out of 10 times.
Right. I would too. Unless LeBron's on Team USA.
I don't think he's going to do it anymore, but damn.
So.
LeBron's on Team USA and Jerrod's cheering for Greece. I think Greece is probably our best competitor right now.
Just cheering for Giannis. Or like Manu Ginobili with Argentina.
Yeah, exactly.
God, I hope they win.
Ben Simmons with Australia.
God, I hope they win.
Jerrod's showing up.
That's probably a little unpatriotic.
Yeah, to cheer against Team USA in basketball. I only cheer against Team USA in basketball because they were caught going to a brothel a few summers ago, and I don't stand for that behavior personally.
Did they really?
You don't remember that?
I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah. Jimmy Butler admitted it on the Colin Cowherd show.
Oh.
He admitted that Team USA went to a brothel during one of their practice days. They still won the whole thing, but
Right, the whole damn thing.
But I remember a lot of people were up in arms about that.
That's fine. Whatever. Do whatever you want overseas. I don't care.
I
just,
say,
just win the damn game.
yeah, exactly. If they had lost, that would have been a bad look.
Yeah, shut up and dribble.
Jerrod is,
no.
Jerrod is such a shut up and dribble guy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I am. Yeah.
And then the last thing I had on it, do you think team sports are greater than individual sports in terms of like making us care about things? Like, I think we overall just care more about teams than we do individuals.
Like I'm assuming here, but I'm assuming that the USA hockey team is probably more popular than any other Olympic thing.
It's probably the biggest winter Olympic sport, I would say.
And then Summer Olympics, I would say it's basketball. Or
strangely, even though hasn't been competition in basketball for quite some time. And even though now they're getting better.
Yeah, and then maybe swimming. Like that's sort of a team sport.
Swimming, I don't think would have been if it wasn't for Michael Phelps.
Right, and Ryan
Lochte. I forgot about that whole thing where he lied about getting mugged or whatever. Is that what it was?
Something like that.
God, that feels like a different lifetime.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say team sports are just a little more popular.
I think it's easier to get behind a team than it is an actual person.
Right.
And even though the individual Olympic athletes are part of a grander team, it still just feels like they're doing it kind of just for them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. And like I said, I don't know how you fix Olympics.
I really don't either, because the people who like the Olympics love the Olympics.
Right. But
it's very hard to convert someone to become an Olympic fan. Like my girlfriend loves the Olympics. But it's just hard to convert. I think it's never really the diehard sports fans that are Olympics fans. It's usually the more casual fans that are Olympics fans, I've noticed.
Right. And I'm like, at night, I'm watching college basketball and basketball. I'm not watching Winter Olympics. And like those casuals that don't really watch sports or watch the Olympics.
They're watching it every night.
Right. So I think that is a big part of it, which is why I think Summer Olympics does a little better, because it's kind of a dead time of year.
Absolutely.
With the main American sports.
Yep. So you got baseball, and that's about it. Baseball and football training camp.
Yeah, and those are the dog days of baseball too.
Yes.
So I would say that's a big part of it too, is that it's just kind of an awkward time of year for the Olympics.
It really is. Like the Super Bowl just ended.
Right.
Basketball is kind of like starting to hit its stride a little bit, especially college basketball.
Yeah, and then the Super Bowl being over. And I think one kind of to branch off that, I think one thing is that the World Cup is in September this year.
That's true.
And I'm going to say that the ratings will be down in America just because that's the start of football season, NFL.
Yeah, the NFL really is king.
Right.
There is nothing that can beat the NFL.
And I like I know they can't play the World Cup in the summer, but like it would help so much in America if it was played in like July or August.
Yeah, I agree.
September.
If they could hit it like mid-July, like 4th of July time especially.
Yeah.
When we're already feeling patriotic.
But if they play in July, people will die at the World Cup because it's going to be way too hot.
Exactly.
It's be way
People would
too
literally
warm.
drop dead.
Yeah, so I understand why they're doing it, but like that's going to hurt America for sure.
Yeah.
With the viewership.
You just want, if it's all about TV ratings, then
yes,
they would do that. But I do enjoy the World Cup actually too.
I do too, but I probably won't be watching it as much.
No, probably not. I'll probably watch the USA games, and that's about it.
If they make it, yeah, I'm not even sure.
Exactly.
I don't know how that really works, but we'll see.
Hey, we'll get Tim Howard out of retirement to be goalie again.
I don't even know who that is.
He was the goalie who had like 11 saves, I feel like, in the last one.
Oh, wow.
I remember he had a big game, but like we still lost. Something like that. I don't remember.
See, I don't even know about it.
See, that's the thing.
That's the problem.
We got to get more athlete recognition for these smaller sports. We need someone to come out and be a bad boy. That's usually what it is. You need like a couple crazy guys on your team to like, or in your league in general, that'll like stir up controversy. That's why, I mean, how many times does Antonio Brown keep the NFL afloat in like the dog days of the season?
Right.
Like an Antonio Brown or like Draymond Green for the NBA. Yeah. Like there are like characters are kind of what keeps the needle moving. I mean, you know this, you're a wrestling fan.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's just entertainment.
Exactly.
You got your heel, you got your faces, and the heels usually get more attention.
Yep. That's what we gotta do. We gotta get ourselves a villain in luge.
I don't know how you do that, but
he would go head first instead.
Right.
Very unorthodox way. He'd go head first on his stomach.
Doesn't wear USA colors, just all black.
That would be sick too. If someone just ditched the traditional garb and like got like Kanye fit him out or something like that.
Yeah. Have Kanye design everything. Do the opening ceremony, do the uniforms, just do everything.
Don't let him hear this. I'm sure he'd fucking demand it if he heard it.
Well, if the Olympics are ever in Chicago, I'm thinking that might happen.
They're coming to LA in 2 summers, aren't they?
Like 2028,
I think so.
Something like that.
That'll be cool.
Yeah. Well, I'll watch it.
SoFi will be popping. Maybe they'll let Matt Stafford compete a little bit.
And they got the Coliseum.
They do have the Coliseum.
So that's very original.
Yeah, that'll be really cool. But until then, I do not think I'll be tuning into the Olympics for quite some time.
Yeah, I have no interest. I don't know what's happening. Curling's fun to watch.
It's fun to do. Have you ever curled?
Curling. Yeah, I did it one time and I had a great time.
It is a good time. It's just a simple, it feels like it would be a bar sport, like a pool or darts or something.
Yeah, it's fun. And you drink during it too. So any sport you can drink at is
okay with
sport,
you.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they need to do to fix the Olympics. Just let them booze.
Yeah, like a beer Olympics type thing.
See, now we're onto something.
Okay.
We need to add beer Olympics to the Olympics.
Yes.
Who would be America's actual representatives for the beer Olympics?
Fuck. Miles,
yeah, probably. God, who else? Just John Daly, probably.
Gronk,
he probably throws them back. I'm trying to think of like
that's it.
Just send those 3, take them on versus the world.
Wade Boggs,
is he still alive?
I don't know.
I think he is still alive, actually.
Let's Google it quick.
Yeah, if he is, then yeah, send him there. The cast from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, they can probably drink a lot.
Oh yeah, Wade Boggs is 63. He can.
Oh shit, he's very alive.
He could be a DH or something.
He could be like, yeah, DH, exactly. John Daly, Johnny Manziel, probably.
Yeah, he could do that.
I know he boozes.
Like that would be cool. Summer Olympics had a 7-on-7.
Yeah,
and they can be like under 20 years old. Like I think that'd be cool.
Absolutely.
I mean, they don't have to be pro athletes. I kind of would hate that if pro athletes went to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like pro football players, I should say.
Yeah, I agree. I think football is becoming more and more global. I do think by 2050, football will be in the Olympics in some way.
God, that'd be so tight.
That would be dope.
It would be like Dream Team, like from '92 with the football in there.
Yeah, if we're sending just college athletes, even it would be Dream
all
Team.
pros.
We could send Mahomes and
Derrick Henry.
Yeah, fuck the Pro Bowl. Let's get the actual seven best skill players and send them up against Egypt and see what Egypt can do.
Oh my God, it would not be close. I wonder who would come in. Japan, I think, has a decent football program.
Yeah, and I think now that it's getting more popular in like London and stuff like that, I bet they're gonna start.
I'm sure the NFL.
Together.
I'm sure NFL would be all over that.
Absolutely, they would even maybe like donate some players to the other teams just to get something started.
Right? Yeah. We'll give you guys these.
Derek Carr gets a note. All right, Derek, you're gonna go play for Russia this summer.
He just be like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Derek would be okay with it too. He's like, if that's what the league needs, that's what it takes to advance our great game of football, then I'm all for it.
John Gruden, you were going to be coaching Saudi Arabia.
He would not be as okay with that, judging off past news coming out about him. He would not be as okay with it. Dude, we got to send like Matt Nagy to just some foreign like Philippines country or something like that.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't think that would go over well.
No, probably not. But
oh well.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I got nothing else to do.
Exactly. Yeah. Any fired coach gets to automatically just go coach for the Olympics. That Zimmer would do a good job with that.
Yeah, I would like Zimmer. He could coach Canada or
I
something.
would love to see, Zimmer in Canada or like France, something like that.
Just
Just
a huge language barrier.
Complete culture shock.
Yeah.
The first player to come kiss Zimmer on the lips to greet him, I would fucking die.
I don't think he'd like that very much.
No, he would not.
He doesn't like the physical touch, it seems like.
No, his love language is not touch, I can imagine.
Right,
I don't know too much about him, but he does
I was
not
just
seem
assuming.
happy with a hug. I don't think he was hugging anyone goodbye.
Well, it's like, do you remember when the Vikings won that game against the Lions and Kirk Cousins like came up to him and like shook him? Like we
I
won the
do,
game.
yeah. Even though they should have won by way more.
That was such an awkward like thing that happened.
Kirk was just so excited. It's like, yeah, when you get super excited to hug your dad for the first time.
Right. He's like, yeah, looking for acceptance from his father.
Yeah, look, Dad, I did it. Are you proud of me?
And Zimmer's like, what the fuck? Why are you touching me right now?
Yeah, we literally just barely won at home against the Lions. We're going to lose to them later this year.
God. That was the ending of the season.
Probably.
They barely snuck by the Lions.
when Kirk got brave enough to get physical with his coach.
Right.
Tell me you're proud of me, Dad. Tell me you're proud of me.
I did it. We did it. We beat the worst team in the league.
Do you love me?
Do you love me?
Are you going to re-sign me?
Can I have my $40 million?
Unreal. Well, good luck to the Olympics. Good luck to all Olympian athletes. We're rooting for you, just not with our eyeballs.
Yeah.
I like the tweets if they come on my timeline, like, oh, we won gold. I'll like a tweet or so.
Yeah. I will,
Not too
yeah.
many. I don't want to flood everyone's algorithm now
Right.
that
Yeah,
it
flood
shows
it.
liked tweets,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. But
Yeah. I'll probably watch something. I'll try watching something this weekend and report back.
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I got nothing going on. Jerrod, there's 3 things I love in this world: betting, sports, and betting sports. And you know where I like to do all 3 of those things?
DraftKings.
DraftKings, the official sports betting partner of the Goose Egg Gambling Podcast.
Hell yeah.
I love it. You can get odds for anything. I'm scrolling through right now. You could get odds for cricket. You could play darts. You could do table tennis. You could do the Winter Olympics. You can do all the big stuff like basketball. You can do live in-game promos. You
Mhm.
can do parlays. You can do same game parlays. You can do daily fantasy.
That's what I like doing.
I've been doing daily fantasy like crazy. I've got tons of money just sitting around after my big Super Bowl win, and that's all going to be going towards daily fantasy. I love DraftKings. It has all the odds you could ever want, and especially now that March Madness is around the corner, you need somewhere where you can eat quickly, take money, put it in, and then take money, pull it out. And DraftKings, you can do that. You can withdraw and deposit cash same day. It's exactly what you want. The daily fantasy is fun. The sports book is fun. It's just overall a great time.
I'm doing daily fantasy this weekend with the All-Star game, and Luka Doncic is going to be my king. So
Really?
I think he's going to.
I'm not high on Luka Doncic these days.
I think he's a great All-Star player. I could see him going off.
He might be going for that MVP.
Yes.
I don't hate that, actually. I'm
Yep.
just not crazy about him. I think if I had to choose an MVP, I would go, I think it's Embiid's year, so I'd go Embiid to win the All-Star MVP.
Okay.
I think he's got something to say. So we'll see how that goes with DraftKings. We will place our money and we will either win it or not get it, depending on whether or not we lose. That's just how those things typically work.
Yep, how the cookie crumbles.
It is, absolutely. So head on over to DraftKings, get your account going, and get that money ready, because before you know it, March Madness season will be here, and you don't want to be the one left outside like, oh, shoot, I don't know where to go place my sports bets. Now you do.
Now you do.
DraftKings,
So simple.
the official sports betting partner of the Goose Egg Gambling Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Must be 21 years or older. New Jersey, Indiana, or Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit.
$5.
$1 wager required. One per customer. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. NBA players have officially left for All-Star Weekend as of last night.
Hey-o.
The NBA season's halfway over, I guess, besides playoffs, which it feels like now is when the NBA season really begins for me. I think everyone.
Yeah, usually around Christmas, but yeah, this is the second
It feels
start.
less and less like Christmas is that. Christmas feels like a preseason game to me more and more these days.
Yeah.
And like this feels like the actual start, especially now that the Super Bowl is so late.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll usually start watching around All-Star time.
Right. Yeah. I like that. I think Team LeBron is favored by 5.
Is it? I haven't even looked at the lines for that game
Yeah.
because Harden is not playing.
Yeah.
He was picked last and he is choosing not to play.
Did you see when they were drafting their teams on
Dude.
TNT?
That has become my new favorite tradition that the NBA does is the picking the teams live on air, especially when it's LeBron and KD. They have such a good yin and yang with each other. LeBron is just goofing off all the time and KD just doesn't crack a smile whatsoever.
And it's just like elephant in the room when like James Harden's like
The last one.
name.
LeBron knows exactly what it was him and Gobert. LeBron's like, I need some size. size. And he had Giannis and Embiid already. And he's like, I need some size, so I'm going to go Gobert. He knew exactly what he was doing.
That was actually very funny that he did that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think LeBron absolutely loves it when there's NBA drama that doesn't involve him happening in the league. Because
Right.
he's really good at just like playing into it and fucking around. And KD just does not know how to handle that yet.
Yeah. So I'm kind of lost. Why does KD hate Harden so much?
Well, apparently their offensive styles differed. Apparently Harden wanted to still play his typical ISO ball, and
Yep.
KD wants like a free-flowing Golden State type offense.
Move the ball around.
Apparently Harden would roll his eyes in the huddle whenever plays were called for KD, which
Jesus.
just like you rolled your eyes right there, exactly. I think Harden thinks he's a little bit better than KD, probably, which I don't
No.
agree with that.
Offense maybe, but the rest I would disagree with.
I don't even know if that.
Right.
I think KD is the best scorer in the league still.
Yeah.
Harden's a top 5 scorer of all time, I think. If you're talking about just pure production,
Right.
not necessarily the way he does it, but he's not Kevin Durant, I don't think.
No.
But that, and then I know Harden was very against playing with Kyrie, both because of the vaccination stuff and just because of the play style stuff.
Right.
And Harden's now coming out and saying Philadelphia was his first choice the whole time, which I don't necessarily believe.
I don't
I think he was pushing pretty hard for the Nets last year. But speaking of that, what do you think James Harden does with like other NBA players at this point? Because like, is he going to go to All-Star Weekend? Because he's burned bridges with every single team he's been on, except for the Thunder.
Yeah.
Like someone tweeted this: who's going to speak at his retirement ceremony, like his Hall of Fame induction ceremony? He's going to have to make this Embiid thing work, and you already know it's not going to. James Harden, Joel Embiid, Doc Rivers on the same team. That playoff collapse is going to be magnificent this year.
Right.
It's going to be a shit show.
Oil and water mixing together.
100%. There's no way this ends well. I literally have written down when exactly does this team break up?
Yeah.
Because I think they they go through the playoffs this year. I think they lose to the Nets in 7 rounds. I'm just going to walk you through the whole thing that I've written out here. Off-season rumblings this year, nothing super serious. I think Embiid starts next season hurt. Harden's going to get used to playing alone again. The first like few months of the season, he's going to get to do his own thing. He's going to fall in love with that again. And then the organization's going to have to choose between Harden and Embiid. And then they have a really bad playoff like first round exit last year. And then it breaks up.
Okay.
Because the weird thing is Harden technically didn't sign his option. So he could be a free agent after this year. He said he just wants to focus on basketball. So that's why he didn't do it. But come on.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I saw some like Philadelphia Facebook page, like Sixers fanatics or whatever, like those weird Bleacher Report Facebook page. They said the reason he didn't do it is so they can recruit LeBron this offseason because apparently Harden's going to take a massive pay cut so they can recruit LeBron this offseason.
God, I hate that.
I disagree with that as well.
God.
But yeah, like in terms of like interacting with other NBA players, like Embiid's going to be his only friend left in the league.
And I think Embiid would easily turn on him.
100%.
Right. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. Do you think Harden just cares about scoring points and nothing
I think
else?
so. I think
Yeah.
that and nightlife. I think money, points, and strippers are the
Money,
three
points, and
things.
strippers.
Are his 3 like things of his moral compass. I do not think he truly cares about winning a championship. Even though
Doesn't seem like it.
he's saying that all the right things now.
I mean, what's he
obviously.
supposed to say?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's not gonna say I didn't want to play with Kyrie because he's not vaccinated.
Right. Yeah.
That's a rough look.
Yeah. That'd be funny if he wasn't vaccinated.
He just never told anyone.
He's like Antonio Brown has a fake vaccine card.
Maybe he kind of is like the Antonio Brown of the league.
A little bit.
Just all about partying. He just also if you're James Harden, I don't know how other men's brains work, but how do you love strip clubs that much? He goes like every single night.
Right. He loves it. I don't get it either. It's just that's what he blows his money on, I guess.
But holy shit,
that's
like
his love language is strippers.
I guess, but every single night especially after a basketball game, after I just ran around for 48 minutes, the last thing I want to do is let someone get like really close to like touch me.
And eat bar food every night.
Yeah, that's why he's like, oh, you know what would really hit the spot right now? Just chicken strips and a shitty vodka cran.
It's some strippers.
Yeah.
That man loves strip clubs.
He does. He's a legend at them. Like they all know his name. They know like Like they know when he's coming to town. Like there's been like stories I've read where like strip clubs have like certain things they do to get ready whenever his team comes to town. Like they employ extra strippers for that night.
Wow. Jeez.
So for that, he is boosting the economy. I will say he gives back probably more than any other NBA player.
Yeah, it's like their NBA Gives Back program. Like
Exactly.
They always have like
they need to do a feature on James Harden.
like in between breaks. They always have like some like little promo about NBA Gives Back.
Mhm.
And it's just like pictures. It would just be like pictures of James Harden at the
Dude,
strip
that would
club.
be such a good TikTok. I gotta see if I can make that. Is there a Walter Payton Man of the Year for the NBA? That could be one of our awards we give out for the NBA. Just give it to James Harden every year.
Yeah.
He is probably putting a lot of girls through college.
Yeah.
Like all jokes aside.
Right. Yeah, he's doing well in that regard. So good for him.
Yeah, exactly. We all need to strive to be a little bit more like James Harden in the charitable donations aspect.
Right.
I wonder if he writes them off on his taxes.
Oh, maybe. It is a business trip if he's away then.
It is. You think he shows up and gives Daryl Morey the receipts every night afterwards? He's like, here's what I spent. Just add to my paycheck afterwards.
That'd be funny. They're all like crumbled up.
Oh, God. Just sticky. Gross.
You don't know what's on them.
Pretty much.
Sorry, Daryl. Another tough night.
It's like, we lost by 30 last night. Could you at least get home by 10?
Right.
Like, no.
No, that's not how I roll, man.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's how
That's literally his, like, he's going to be, like, known as kind of like a Dennis Rodman figure where, like, his power came from strip clubs because he's a better player when he gets to, like, go out the night before.
Mm-hmm.
It's so insane. He goes out till 3 a.m. every night, yet he's also never really hurt.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of the NBA, he actually is kind of an Iron Man. He plays pretty much every night.
Yeah.
Which is very uncharacteristic of especially a guy of that, like, stature or whatever. But he goes out till 3 a.m., then the next night comes in and drops 40.
Right.
It's unreal.
It's like, when does this guy sleep?
Yeah, he must just do it during the day, but he runs on just a different battery. That's like his thing. Everyone has their own thing. His is just
strip clubs.
Going to the strip club.
More power to him, I guess.
What a king.
What a king.
Since we're at the halfway point, I figured we'd revisit the future odds of the season.
Okay.
If you remember, I took the Bucks to beat the Jazz in the finals. I don't remember what you took.
Oh,
we did that
I think
mid-season.
the Knicks. That's not.
Did you did do the Knicks? Yeah, they're not having a repeat Cinderella season.
They what? Nets came back 27 down and beat the Knicks.
Yep.
Oof, yeah.
Yeah, KD goes off when it replays the Knicks just because I think those rumors. Except I don't think he played this last game, but
yeah,
he does typically do pretty well against them.
So the Knicks, my Knicks are probably not gonna be there unless they turn it around big time.
They are not on my list of the top like 10 odds right now. The Suns are favored plus 425. They look really good. I think Chris Paul should be considered for MVP. He's at plus 2,000 right now. I would consider sprinkling a little bit on that, even though he might not get it. Nets are plus 425. Warriors are plus 450. Sixers are 700. Bucks are 700. Heat are 1,200. And then all the way down to Lakers are at 4,000, which depresses me. Anthony Davis is out for another
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yep. He just doesn't play.
Right.
They should have traded him last year, I think.
Yeah, the Lakers are kind of done.
I think so too. I think LeBron's going to try and bail.
Where do you think he goes?
Maybe the Sixers.
Oh my God.
Now, I don't know what he does. I don't know where in the league he fits to like go join.
When do you think he retires?
I think he does. I still think he wants to try and play with Bronny. I know that's never been like confirmed or anything like that, but I know that's always been talked about, but that's still a ways away.
Right.
Like he was kind of planning out on like riding this Lakers thing for a while.
Do you think him and A-Rod are good friends?
Rodgers?
Or
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez, yeah.
I'm not sure. Oh God. Are you insinuating what I'm thinking?
T-Wolves.
I would bet everything that he does not end up on the Timberwolves.
I mean, they got Edwards, they got Cat. I mean, maybe,
but I think he would go to the Knicks before he would go to the Timberwolves.
Yeah, much smaller market than LA.
I just can't. I mean, he played in Cleveland, so it's not that much worse, but he at least had ties to Cleveland. I just don't see the LeBron James brand going to Target Center and playing on a Tuesday night against the Kings.
Hey, he could have a house in like Minnetonka or something.
He could. He could make his own little Love Boat situation on Lake Minnetonka.
Yeah. And then James Harden comes. He could go on a Love Boat every night.
They could hit Deja Vu, Spearmint Rhino.
There you go.
These are places I've heard are strip clubs in Minneapolis.
See, there's options in there.
Absolutely. I just don't see it happening. But in terms of the futures, the Suns look really good. I know you and I haven't watched a ton of basketball yet, so we'll be more informed about these as the season goes on.
I like the Warriors.
I do too.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're so low at plus 450. I think I would take them over the Nets right now.
Yeah, I would do that. I mean, they have good experience. I mean, Clay will probably be getting better and better and better.
Yeah, Steph is starting to slowly heat up again. He went through a really cold streak the last month or so. After he set the record, he's kind of cooled down.
Yeah, and that usually happens with any.
Oh, 100%. If you're going to cool down, now is the time to do it.
Right. So
now is the time to like try new shit.
Yeah. And then they have, what's his name? Cook?
Yeah.
He's really good.
They've done a really good job of rebuilding. They were supposed to be done after that Raptors final. They were supposed to be just kind of dead in the water, but they're a really good organization.
So I could see the Warriors making a run.
I 100% too. The West is wide open.
Yeah, so that's who I would put my money on, is the Warriors.
I think I would too. I do fall in love with the Sixers every single year. But plus 700, I really like that. Embiid's playing really well. He'll probably win MVP. I like the Sixers a lot. They're just different than any other team, especially I think the Harden addition is a good addition. It all depends on how well they play together, obviously.
Yeah.
But again, am I really going to trust Embiid, Doc Rivers, and James Harden to have a solid postseason? No, I probably am not. I just love how that team is built, though.
I don't see the Sixers winning.
No.
I could see Eastern Conference Finals, but that's
maybe. But they've been supposed to be in the Eastern Conference Finals for the last 6 years.
The process.
The process, yeah, exactly.
Markelle Fultz.
Do you think Ben Simmons is a good addition for the Nets? On paper, it's a great addition.
I think it could work.
I think so too. I think it's a better fit than Harden ever was.
Yeah, because then you got the outside shooting with Durant.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows how Kyrie's going to play or what. But,
exactly.
But I do like Simmons kind of focusing more mid-range to the paint style.
Because he is I truly think he is a top 5. I guess not. I wouldn't know how I qualify this. Top 5 point guard. Like, he's a top 5 player at the point guard position because he does defense so well. He does the transition so well. He does everything else besides shoot so well.
Yeah, I think you need to get him closer to the paint. And I think the reason why that didn't quite work with the Sixers is because Embiid would kind of be there.
Exactly.
So I think it's going to be a little more spread out in the paint for Simmons to thrive.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think he's going to do really well. Him and Kevin Durant fit pretty much perfectly together.
And it seems like Simmons has got a chip on his shoulder that he wants to prove people
I hope
wrong.
so. I think that's the only thing I don't like about him is I honestly don't even mind that he doesn't shoot. It's just the fact that he like mentally he refuses to shoot. He refuses to look stupid in any way or just do anything that he's like even slightly uncomfortable in.
Because his ceiling's really high. Like him and Giannis have very similar playing styles.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
And if you can bring the out on Simmons, there's really no stopping the Nets.
Yeah, I agree. It all depends on what Simmons shows up. It would be very interesting if we do end up getting a Sixers Nets series in the playoffs because Kyrie wouldn't be able to play on road games.
Yeah, it's so weird.
And then Ben Simmons, would he play against Philadelphia? Like, would he go to Philadelphia and play? Because they would fucking destroy him. That crowd would be so mean. They would be such jerks.
They would be very upset.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not too many kind words. I don't think he'd be getting a tribute video. Let's just say that.
It's like how the scoreboards do like memes now.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Jumbotron, they just do 100 memes on Ben Simmons on the Jumbo.
Oh, yeah. Completely.
If not thousands.
They would probably fly Kendall Jenner to every game and have her sitting courtside just to torment him with like Devin Booker sitting right next to her.
Yeah, that'd be good. A lot of potential there.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm starting to get fired up about that. So, but yeah, I would think out of the East, I also like the Heat, but that's just because I like Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, hard not to like.
Yeah, I think their bubble mojo is slowly starting to come back. So that'll be fun. I don't know if you have the board pulled up in front of you, but do you have any free cheese at the weekend? Because the one I had last week, I had one picked for last night. We were originally going to record this yesterday, but Jerrod faked being sick to get out of work.
Yep, totally.
Yeah, but I know you're watching college basketball more and more these days. Is there any teams that I should like keep an eye on?
I like Alabama a lot.
Really?
They play really hard. I've watched a few games. They've faced like 3 top 10 opponents in 1 week. So they're extremely battle tested.
Nice.
And Arkansas beat Auburn like a week and a half ago.
I remember that.
And Alabama beat Arkansas by 1 last Saturday. So I just like how battle tested Alabama is. with Shackelford and all that. So that's a team I would keep an eye on.
Okay.
Is them.
Yeah, because I'm starting to dabble into more and more college basketball. I'm gonna make a point to watch some this weekend because I want to start getting some teams that I like going into tournament time.
I would stay away from Baylor. They lost their best player for the rest of the year, so I would stay away from them.
Good to know.
Kansas is always good.
Kansas is usually very good, yes.
So, I mean, that's kind of basic knowledge that I have right now.
Okay.
Of the whole spiel. I'd have to look over the lines and stuff, but
yeah, no worries. I'm just glad I got some names to. There's not going to be any NBA on. There's not going to be any sports on this weekend except for Olympics, which we already have gone over. We will not be watching.
Jeez, the over-under for the Team LeBron versus Team Durant
320.
320. I've bet NBA All-Star games the over before.
I think I would take the under.
I've never won.
I think I would take the under. 320. That's because don't they do a race to, or that's only the fourth quarter.
How does that work again? I'm always confused.
Well, they switched it up when Kobe died. I remember they made it like you had to score like the first one to score 24 in the quarter. I think is what it was. I don't know if they've kept it that way.
I'm kind of confused by that format. I've seen that happen before. I don't quite know it either.
Same, because I think last year, I would guess we'd have to be more well versed on that. But I think I would take the under for that as well. 320 and a half. Mm-hmm. That's what 200. Oh God, I'm embarrassed, guys. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Carry the one. 160 a piece.
That is, 160. Jesus Christ, that was so bad. I am so embarrassed right now.
Wow.
Yeah, 160 a piece. I think I would take the under. I don't know. It's a weird game. The NBA All-Star game.
Because you don't know if they're going to play defense or not.
Exactly. Because like the Kobe year they did. Like the Kobe year they cared at the end. Mm-hmm. The new fourth quarter thing is cool though, because the teams actually do try hard in the fourth because they don't want to be because that's when it's because if the game gets out of hand in the first 3 quarters, no one just cares. But in the fourth quarter, you have the chance to win it. Just whoever scores.
Yep.
Whoever can do it wins. So I do like this new method, and I like that they're trying new things out. I think the NBA knows they have an effort problem on their hands,
right?
Especially with the All-Star game. So that's something the NFL hasn't really taken into account yet,
right?
But
we'll see.
Yeah,
I'll watch it.
Exactly,
and I'm going to watch that more than the Olympics.
Exactly. So that's the power of having a star.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is that all they have? They have the 3-point contest and the skills challenge too, but I'm not crazy about them. 3-point contest, it's not the best 3-point shooters, so who cares?
And then dunk contest.
Yeah, they don't have the dunk contest odds on here right now on DraftKings, but that's okay.
I'll bet on that too.
Yeah, I think I would take Fred VanVleet for the 3-point contest because why not?
He's solid.
He is.
I like his
Cat's doing it. Carl Anthony Towns, yeah. He's at plus 1100. So he has the worst odds out of all of them.
Fuck it, we ball, right?
You think Cat?
Why not?
He's having a pretty good season.
Mm-hmm.
Timberwolves, they're not doing as well as they always do in like October, like when they always start off the season really hot. Everyone's like, "Oh, is this their year?"
Yep.
But they're hot at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't hate the Timberwolves.
No, I like Anthony Edwards a lot. I think he was an upgrade over Wiggins, even though it took a while to get there.
Yeah.
D'Angelo Russell, I could take or leave.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's like a little big 3 that they have going.
A little 3.
A
little 3. Not even little. LIL'3.
A little 3.
Little 3. But yeah, we'll start tuning more and more into basketball. I'm definitely gonna watch some college games this weekend. I'll keep an eye on Alabama. That surprises me. I've never considered them a basketball program, but they are in the March Madness every few years or so.
Yep, and they're ranked right now. I think they're in the top 25. So I mean, they're up and coming.
Hell yeah,
and they're fun to watch. So.
Buy the stock now is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll be sure to do that. Enjoy your weekends, everyone. Enjoy some Olympic sports, maybe. If you do, let us know how they go.
Yeah, let us know how long you watched.
Yeah, DM us if you do have any Olympic bets to place, because I wouldn't mind placing some Olympic bets, but I just do not know where to start.
Exactly.
So DM us at goose.egg.gamble on Instagram or on TikTok. I've been doing some Madden streams lately, which have been a really good time. If you follow us on TikTok, you know I've been trying to take the Detroit Lions to the Super Bowl, and the top comment on each video decides what I do next. Jerrod fights really hard to try and take players away from me or make me only run plays in the I formation, but the top comment is usually just adding some prime like Randy Moss or Jerry Rice to the team.
Yes, please make it hard on Matt to
I
play
agree.
this game. Don't give him these prime 99 overall players.
I agree. It's honestly not as fun when I have like right now I have 07 Michael Vick, Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson, Randy Moss, Joe Thomas on offense, and then Troy Polamalu, Deion Sanders on defense.
What's your record right now?
1-1 right now. I started season 2. I lost a terrible game last night to the Jaguars. I fumbled it 3 or 4 times, and my defense did really well, but I got stuffed on the goal line 4 out of 5 times.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I got to take it to Madden school. I think.
I think you do. I last night was purely my fault. I mentally froze because I just had a lot of people going off in the chats, which was fun. I enjoy people being in the chat, but I just mentally froze. I need to learn how to get into flow states better, because when I'm in flow state Madden, I'm the best Madden player in the entire world.
What do you mean flow state? What are you talking
Like where I'm
about?
just like where all distractions are turned off and I'm just tuned in. That's very hard for me to do just in general. I'm a very distractible person.
Yes, you don't have to say that, but yes, I can see that.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, Jerrod's gonna take me to Madden school. We could even make a video about it. That'd be funny.
Yeah, hot routes, slide protection.
Just me running the like basic tutorial that they give you when they start the game.
Yeah, I mean, all the pre-snap stuff is way more important than the play you pick.
You think?
Oh yeah,
I would agree. You can turn your play into whatever.
right. And then you read the defense.
I got to do the guess play on defense. Everyone in the chat last night was spamming for me to do the like predict the play.
Yeah, that's what I do. That helps a lot.
I know. I got to start doing that.
So it's just like little things you need to learn.
You're right. I just need to get out of my own head is what I need to do.
Right. It's your ADD brain.
Pretty much. So yeah, maybe I'll get into that meditating I've been talking about for the last few episodes.
Yeah. Meditate before you play Madden.
I should do that. That'll be the most boring stream ever. Just me 10 minutes beforehand.
I haven't lost in Madden like in the bunker here. Like the last 5 times I played, I've won by like 21.
We might have to fix that one this afternoon.
Oh, I'll probably win.
All right, Jerrod and I gotta log off. I gotta go beat him in Madden. Have a good weekend, everybody. Sorry this episode came out a day late, but like I said, Jerrod was faking being sick because it's easy day to be Jerrod.
Oh yeah, always easy.
All right, see you guys.
See you.